Good morning. It is 42 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from MainStreet, Roswell, Molly Boyles back with us.
Good morning.
Good morning, Molly. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, and I'll tell you,
Are you staying warm?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is as cold as it is out this morning, it actually felt warmer than yesterday morning because there was a breeze.
Yeah, this is true.
Today it's nice and still, so it actually felt warmer when I walked out of the house. I was like, okay, that's weird because the numbers.
Yeah. Well, and I can be honest, I'm hearing numbers like 40s and 50s, and I'm doing like, yes.
Right, exactly. We're like, oh, thank goodness.
Since we're speaking weather, as far as the Main Street businesses and things, everybody fare okay that you've heard of so far? No one, any major plumbing or electrical or weather-related issues?
Not that I've heard of yet.
Good.
All these buildings, some of these buildings are quite old.
They're seasoned.
But yes, they're seasoned. But each of the renters or property owners understand what has to be done prior. Make sure you leave water dripping.
They know
those
their
types
place
of things.
better than most, so they know.
Right.
They know the quirks and ticks just like better than anybody else.
Yes. So I would assume that we will not hear of any major damage or problems. Prayers.
And Main Street businesses, these mom and pop businesses, they do everything to provide their service, and the last thing I want to see any of them to do is extra hurdles like burst pipe or and have to shut down a day or something because pipes froze or
amen.
Heat went out or something like that.
Right.
So.
Well, it's funny when you say they do. You started the sentence with "they do everything," and I got to thinking to myself, what a lot of people don't realize is, as a small business owner, you do literally do it all yourself.
Yeah.
Guess what? You don't have a maid that comes in and cleans the bathroom.
But, yeah, exactly.
You're either doing that yourself or your employees are having to do that.
Yeah,
it's not like some big business where they have a cleaning crew that comes in overnight and cleans while the business is closed.
The air conditioner don't maintain itself.
No, I'm not real steady on a ladder, and there was more than once that I thought I was going to biff it good trying to get.
Well, I've got to a point in my life, I know where I'm good at, and I know when to say, you know what? Let's get someone else who's a little bit more expert in doing that one. I'm kind of learning that sometimes the hard way, but I'm actually doing pretty good with it.
I am definitely past the point of feeling like I'm 10 foot tall and bulletproof. I know I am not.
Yeah. It stinks getting older.
Yes.
But I know it's kind of snuck up on us with a busy week of a lot of stuff going on and weather and everything else. But the first Friday is tonight.
Yes. And I do know we have had a couple of businesses that have said they will be unable to participate, and we have had to cancel our music. We had planned to have music at Reichman Park. DJ Hendog was going to come out.
Sounds like it'd be a good time to visit in-sorted businesses tonight because it is
going to be chilly. Yes.
So indoor activities tonight.
We do have one of those propane heaters, but they were like, let's reschedule. So we won't have music outdoors at Reichman Park, but we will have many of our stores are going to be open tonight. And I'll tell you what, this is our favorite. Well, okay, I won't say favorite. This is one of the most well-loved First Fridays. It is Main Street Has a Heart.
Oh, yeah. This is where really the Main Street businesses get to kind of peacock the organizations that they love, and they... like, for instance, Tascosa for years has been a Humane Society supporter. Every time you go in there, if you make donations, they give you copies or stuff, services.
Right. Yes.
And they've been doing that for 100 years. But we have a lot of other Main Street businesses that have their passion projects, too. And this is their night to kind of spotlight all of those. So if you're wanting to learn about what great nonprofits are in our community and maybe get involved with them, at the same time getting some sweet deals on merchandise and products and supporting these businesses, tonight's the night for all of them.
Absolutely. And so what this particular First Friday is, we ask each of the businesses to pick their favorite charity and to either collect monetary or merchandise type products for the charity, whatever they might be in need for. So I can tell you that Ancients of Days all year long collects monetary donations for Fora, which is one of course, one of our local rescues. And they have been collecting all year. They are, of course, pushing for it tonight for Main Street Has a Heart.
Good deal.
And we have also for Fora is the Roswell UFO Spacewalk.
Okay.
They are asking people to bring in dog collars, either the medium or large sizes, not the ones for the little bitties.
Not the foo-foo ones,
not the little bitty ones.
Yeah, okay. For your medium to large dogs.
Yes, that seems to be the largest
Probably like
need.
20, 30 and up, kind of basically.
Yeah, I would think so, yes.
Yeah.
So they are offering...
Pounds, by the way.
Yes.
When I said, I was like,
inches?
pounds. 20, 30 pounds and up.
You
I'm
did
sorry.
worry me there for a moment because I thought you meant 20 to 30 inches. I was like, okay, a 30-inch collar is a really big
No,
dog.
I realized
Mike,
after I
but-
said 20, 30. So wait a minute, I didn't follow up with pounds. I
Yeah.
meant to do that. Pounds.
Yes,
that
I
pound
would
dog.
say 20 and up. You worried me because I thought, holy cow,
Sorry.
a 30-inch neck on a dog.
That's
That's a horse.
That's where my brain was working ahead of my mouth, and the mouth stopped working for a minute.
But over there at the Roswell UFO Spacewalk, they will offer you $1 off.
Okay.
The entry into, so they're the ones that have the black light experience. And
Yes.
if you've not been in there,
Pretty cool.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
And
By
of
the
course-
way, because they've got a lot of cool things in there, sometimes you feel like you're a giant. Like if you're walking in through the black light and you see some of the scenery type
Yes.
things.
Yes.
I kind of feel like I'm like watching like Gulliver's Travels or something. And maybe that's just me that does that.
Well, But one of the things that I know that they will do is there are certain parts that are more, well, I guess that's not fair to say. There are parts that could be frightening to young children. And when they know there are young children going through, they, shall we say, they turn it down so
Sure.
that the kids don't get
They
scared.
make it more kid friendly.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
makes sense.
So if you want to take the family, it absolutely is a fantastic family
And it's
friendly.
indoors, so good thing to
Yes,
do tonight in Main Street
absolutely,
for First Friday. Yeah.
Absolutely. But something else I wanted to tell you about, and it's not specifically for First Friday, is that Jessica Burson Bradford has pulled together a Galentine's giveaway.
Okay.
She reached out to several businesses downtown, and what they're doing is they've got several giveaways. I believe the date is the 10th that they're doing the actual giveaway. But if you go on to any of these Facebook pages, The Brave Company, which is Jessica's,
Okay.
MainStreet Roswell, Casa Bella Boutique, She's a Dandy, or The Gallery, you're going to find a post that talks about Galentine's. And what
Okay.
it's going to ask you to do is it's going to ask you to like and follow each of those pages.
Okay.
To like and share the post that you're looking at. And then if you tag friends, you'll get an extra entry for each of the friends you tag.
Oh, cool.
So I have not had a chance to get with them to find out exactly what the prizes are, but I
Okay.
do know that they are intended for the ladies. The
All right.
prizes are intended for the ladies.
Which guys
for
means-
Galentine's.
Which means, guys, if you get one, then now you got Valentine's covered. as
Yeah,
gifts.
absolutely.
Yeah,
You're
right.
off the hook.
Yeah. You got something that was already put together that's thoughtful, considered, and makes you look like you know what you're doing.
Yes, and guess what? It will have been a woman that put it together, and that means she knows what she's doing.
I know
She's
exactly
got you
this.
covered. So I do encourage you to check out that post and share it to your friends and
Sure,
all of
spread the
that.
word.
Spread the word because, and I'm so happy that our businesses downtown really do work well together.
Yeah.
And I'm very impressed that Jessica took the initiative to reach out to these other businesses because honestly, I did not have the time to do so. She had already started it and said, oh, by the way, is it okay if I do this? I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking, you don't have to ask my permission. But I was so excited
Sure.
that we've got businesses that are
Yeah.
willing to reach out. And I know that Deanie over at Imagine That, she has done that multiple times.
Yeah.
And tonight she is collecting for the Wildlife Refuge.
Oh,
So
cool.
she, of course, is collecting monetary donations. And there's a long list of items that they are in need of for their animals.
Okay.
So if you just go on to Imagine That or to the Wildlife Refuge in Carlsbad, there's a long list of items.
Okay.
And almost all of these are available just about anywhere.
Very good. And of course, if you're kind of like, I don't know what to do, monetary
Oh,
always
yeah.
works.
Money
Give
always
them the money
works.
and they'll give it to the people that know what to buy and let them buy it.
Yes,
So,
and
yeah.
I know that when you're talking about nonprofits, and this is across the board, folks. It's not just about the money or the items.
It's about the people.
It's your time
Yeah.
too. So if you have time that you can donate, and that's going to bring me into my next subject. If you have time to donate, that's very, very important to each of these organizations.
Absolutely.
There's always something that needs to be done. So
Especially in the COVID world right now,
Oh,
because
gosh.
a lot of places, especially your nonprofits like that have a public, like a museum or something like that, like your Walker Aviations or
Yes.
the Historical Society place, they need volunteers to be like docents and things so they can be back. COVID really hampered these organizations on having the ability to have because a couple reasons. A lot of our volunteers are seniors.
Correct.
In our community.
Correct.
And let's face it, they're the most when we talk about the dangers of COVID, that's the group we're most concerned about. So the last thing we probably want some of those folks to do is being out and about in the public on a regular basis because of their limited, we don't want to get them exposed and things like that. So there's been less and less of people willing to volunteer there. So we need that back again. So if you want to, I know like just the Walker Aviation Museum, they're looking for people to serve on their boards, things like that. I know probably even Main Street's looking for volunteers to work downtown, to work various things. We're looking for those volunteers.
So you just opened it up. I'm sure that most people know that MainStreet Roswell is working with several different organizations and schools here in town on the bottle caps to benches program.
What's an amazing idea, amazing program, and quite frankly, that thing can't get big enough as far as I'm concerned, because it's a win-win for every single person.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And Bianca Cheney was the one that brought it to us over at Southwest Printers. And we had a cap sorting this past Saturday. Mm-hmm. And even though we had a small number of volunteers, man, we sorted nearly 500 pounds.
Wow.
Nearly 500
That's a
pounds.
lot of caps.
That is a lot of caps. Let me tell you, it went very smooth. And part of that is the fact that education. We've been able to get out enough flyers and speak with different organizations around town to help them understand. And we all drink things
that have caps.
Yes. Well, in the beginning, we would get in a lot of caps that didn't, like people would include the metal pull tops.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, if you have metal pull tops, if you'll put those into a bag and go ahead and bring them to us, we do have an organization that's looking for those.
We found a use for those.
We have. But we would also find like pill bottles. We need the pill caps. The pill bottles we're unable to use.
Yeah, if I remember right, obviously soda bottle, water bottle caps, all those are great. Like your plastic, like your mayonnaise jar lids and those kind of things all work.
And your sour cream and your margarine, your cottage cheese, the butter tub, all of those, your ice cream lids, those types of things, as long as it's less than 8 inches in diameter. Okay. And to give you guys an idea, a piece of paper is 8.5 inches wide, a regular piece of paper. So if it is slightly smaller than your piece of paper, chances are it is less than 8 inches.
So no 5-gallon bucket lids.
Correct.
But your butter, I think most fall under that, under 8 inches.
Yes.
Unless there's like some Sam's Club sized tub of butter.
And there might be. There might be. We do have some corporate individuals or businesses that are collecting for us, including the Walgreens have been collecting.
So they might
lids.
be a little bit more bulky type thing.
Well, no, I'm just saying that we would love to put out a challenge to all the businesses.
Sure.
If you put just a small collection thing out for your employees. But I know we're about to run out of time. I just wanted to hit on, we're going to be cap sorting this Saturday and next Saturday. So the 5th and the 12th.
Okay.
And guys, it's that time of year where we're going to be taking down the lights.
It is that time.
It is. We take them down starting after.
But I'm a little like.
It's sad because it's so pretty.
It was like a week ago. I was driving down at night and the lights were still going. I'm like,
yes.
I know it's the end of January, but I still dig this.
So we try to leave them up through Valentine's Day because I know a lot of people like to go down and take pictures during this, for Valentine's.
All you want to do is walk up and down the streets with those lights.
Yes.
I feel like you're like in a movie. Like you're just like with your spouse or significant other.
It's a Hallmark movie setting. It really is.
And you're just kind of strolling down the thing and you look in a window. It's like, oh, let's get a cupcake or whatever it is. And you go in and do that.
Well, the thing is Jesse McDaniel and his crew will start taking down the tree lights sometime after the 14th.
Okay.
On the 19th, if anybody is available that morning, starting at 9 a.m., we need to take down the lights and the Santa hats from the pedestrian poles. Okay. And the pedestrian poles, guys, are those shorter ones that have the lights that have the alien eyes
the little alien heads on them.
So our volunteers and board members are the ones that put that together. We had a lot of help this year from the Boy Scouts and from several groups here in town. We would love to have you come out on the 19th. We'll see about trying to have some hot chocolate if it's cold.
Good deal.
Or something along those lines.
Well, it is Roswell. It's hit or miss whether it's going to be cold or not.
I know. You literally never know.
Is it going to be freezing or 80? I'm not sure which.
And I would love to be able to come back on because we're trying to schedule a fundraiser. So I would love to be able to come back on.
We'll get you on anytime we need you.
But I also wanted to take the time just personally to thank you guys for hosting that candidate forum online and having it available for people to go back and watch because there were a lot of people that were unable to make the actual
and let's
forum.
face it, that's a 3-hour plus event. That's a lot of sitting time in there,
It is.
and a lot of take in, and sometimes it's easy to miss that.
Yes.
So I highly recommend, even if you went to the event and watched every second of it, go back, and particularly the wards that you get to vote
Absolutely.
in the mayoral race, you should definitely go back and watch those.
Yes.
And like I said, all wards, with the exception of Ward 5, has a contested race right now, and
Yes.
even for folks in Ward 5. The incumbent, Angela Moore, spoke for a couple minutes on there,
Yes.
so you get to hear her thoughts and things too, even though you technically don't have a vote in that election.
Right,
But you get to hear what your representative thinks, and if you've got questions and things, you can reach out to them. But
Absolutely.
But yeah, other than that, we
Absolutely.
had all but two
Yeah.
candidates made it. We had one of the mayoral candidates, and they were both due to cold sickness.
Right,
So
right.
and then one of the Ward 4 candidates could make it as well. But
Right.
all the other candidates are there, and you get to hear them and check out. But thank you for saying that. 'Cause
Absolutely. Leadership Roswell does a great job putting that together. So these are things that are very important to our community.
Yeah.
So it's appreciated by many, and you very seldom get the thanks that you deserve.
And as far as I'm concerned, I don't like at the end, and I've said this 100 times. I don't care who you vote for.
Right.
You vote for who you think's best.
Please get out and vote.
But understand why you vote. Have a reason for voting for somebody.
Yes.
That's other than I like their signs or whatever. That
Right.
I want to hear well, this person's for this, I'm for that. That's why I'm voting for him.
Right.
Then I'm I'm good with it. Then God bless you. You're doing your civic duty there. But anything other than that, I have a problem.
It makes me very sad to know that our municipal elections are the ones that are the least attended or least participated in.
And at the end of the day, most important.
Yes. Yes. This is your town, guys. This is,
Y'all grumble about what the president's doing or not doing. Guess what? The people that are serving on city council, they have a much greater impact
on your everyday.
On your day-to-day life.
Yes.
Your county commissioners, your city council, your mayors. These are all the folks that really have the greatest impact. So,
and kudos to each of them running. I would not. I could not.
A tip of the cap to all the candidates. They did a great job especially for, most of them aren't 9-to-5 professional. They got day jobs. They're
Right.
not politicians per se.
Right.
They're just concerned community members.
They're trying to find a way to make